Yes, yes, yes. We are live. We are live. We are live. You are tuned in. You are listening to, you are watching everything relevant, anything random live on GBKM FM, the mouthpiece with your host, Sir Worthy. He is I am him. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Or it could be the morning. I don't know what possible time you're listening to or you're tuned in. Sir Worthy, everything relevant, anything random is, I'm not going to say syndicated, but however, I am broadcasting not only just from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, but of course, all over the world. So you guys are hearing me over in Germany. You guys are hearing me in Bermuda. You guys are hearing me in Africa. You guys are hearing me in Jamaica. So I don't know what possible time you guys could be tuned in right now, right? Excuse me, apologize. If you guys notice, I was absent for the last 2 weeks due to, of course, things that pop up in life that you got to deal with. But last week and for the last couple of days, I've actually been really, really sick. So I've been dealing with that. But I'm better. I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm trying to get back into my bag and deliver this content for you guys. Because you guys know I've been at this home. This has been my home for the past year and change now, okay? I've been here every Wednesday, okay? All right? Shout out to my team, my staff, my family here at GBKM FM for giving me the platform and the opportunity to display my talents. And listen, oftentimes, one of my talents may be to turn your ears into toilet. If that happens, it just happens. You gotta let it flow. You gotta let it flow, right? You just gotta let it flow. On everything relevant, anything random, I talk about the news, politics, pop culture. I interview great guests. Okay, check my lineup. Go ahead, go do your Googles, go check my lineup and look at my last and my past recent guests. Okay, epic. All right. So yeah. Play music as well. You're gonna hear a lot of Afro beats, all right? As long as we got the rights to it, okay? So please, don't take me down. Don't take me down. All right? Now, you guys can log on to www.gbkm.fm, download the app, take us on the go so you can experience and listen to our shows and our programs on the road with you or anytime that you can. You have Wi-Fi or your data, of course. Or you can always follow us on our Facebook page at GBKM TV, or you can follow us on YouTube at GBKM TV. Make sure you're following the network, following the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you like. Make sure that you comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend, okay? If you'd like to reach out to me personally, you can always hit me up on any social media. That would be Sir Worthy ILC, SIRWORTHYILC. All right, that's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's Snapchat, whatever the kids are on, I'm on it. All right, so Sir Worthy ILC if you want to get at me directly. If you want to get at me on a more professional setting, then please shoot me an email at eve@gbkm.fm. That is eve@gbkm.fm. Okay, 1 second. Apologize for that. I don't want to be coughing or spitting or hiccuping or anything like that on the mic, so you guys got to give me some time. Like I said, I was sick. I'm recently coming off of that. I'm feeling a whole lot better, so we're going to get this done. Before I continue, once again, I just want to shout out everybody who is paying attention and watching what I'm doing. Honestly, like, I do this all by myself, okay? So I curate the music, I curate the guests, the questions, I go into break, the content, everything. I write everything. I prepare the show, right? So I do this all by myself. So when I do see people reaching out to me, when I see people recommending my show for others to listen to, or I see people posting things or anything like that, that just helps me go the extra mile. So thank you. Continue to do that for me. I actually kind of need that, to be real with you. It kind of makes you feel more necessary. It makes you feel like you're wanted. You want to go where you're celebrated and not tolerated, right? So please celebrate me, because I celebrate as many people as I can. First of all, I have a platform, and I invite you guys onto my show. I invite guests onto my show. I see people out here doing things that I want to be a part of. I want to help them build, so I bring them onto my show. As a matter of fact, shout out to Harpreet Gill. I had her on my show a few weeks back. Financial literacy, that was the episode title, or the show title that day. And she reached back out to me and told me that somebody reached out to her after seeing the show in Bermuda, and now they're in the works for a 3-day business trip for her. So look at how that works, okay? My platform right there, giving her the opportunity to go and spread the knowledge of what she has with financial literacy in a different country. Come on. All right. So I'm not going to toot my own horn. I'm not going to, you guys already know. Okay. I guess I'm bragging, but you know what I mean? It feels good. Like Tony said, it feels good. And it honestly does. It honestly does. But it feels even greater when I have you guys acknowledging it and also along with the ride from me. So please continue to do what you guys are doing. Continue to send me praise. Continue to push me forward. Continue to be the ears that I need. Right? Okay. Before I start off anything today, I just want to let you guys know the CTIFF, the Caribbean Tales International Film Festival 2019. Our film, our stories, our legends. Okay, this is happening September 04 all the way to the 20th. Today is what, the 18th, so we only have 2 more days. So make sure you guys are checking that out. All right. GBKM FM, I believe we are a sponsor. I'm not too sure exactly. You know what? Throughout the end of the show, I'm going to get back to you guys and find out exactly. I don't want to say things on the radio that, you know, it's not true exactly without knowing, right? Okay. Now, today's show, plant-based meat, no thanks. So you kind of have an idea what we're going to be talking about, okay? Tim Hortons plant-based meat. Also Chick-fil-A. We're going to get into some, is vaping a real problem? A little bit of R. Kelly and what he's been keeping up with, and also a golden toilet. Bunch of randomness, right? But this is everything relevant, anything random, so expect that. And of course, you can always expect just more on everything relevant, anything random. But to all my viewers, one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. At the end of every show, if you are not entertained or empowered, you will be informed. If you are not informed or entertained, you will be empowered. And if you are not empowered or informed, you will be entertained. Sounds like a tongue twister, right? I know it. I mix myself up every now and then, and I'm pretty sure you guys are writing it down or you guys have an idea exactly, but it's hard for me. What can I say? Now, usually I come in here and I do the weather report, right? Which I've been doing, okay? And I was trying to, I didn't hashtag it. I felt it didn't need a hashtag, but maybe I guess we could have made it a hashtag. But you guys know the campaign, no complain. Campaign, no complain. I've been saying that about the weather, and I came up with that because during the winter and the colder seasons, we were always complaining about it being too cold and wanting it to be hot. So then when the summer came, and the summer was, I guess, too humid for us, I guess too hot for some, people started to complain, and I wanted to, right? We're only going to complain about our gas and having to use AC in our cars. We're not going to complain about the actual weather, okay? Because this is what we wanted. Well, you know what? Sir Worthy's here to tell you to throw that out the window, okay? Throw it out the window. Complain. Start complaining. Start complaining now, okay? I'm complaining, all right? I'm sick because of the weather, all right? So I'm complaining. I have to. I have no other choice. I'm sick. Well, I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still technically sick, right? I'll be honest with you guys. I took I'm not going to even mention the name, but I took some cough syrup before I even got on the air, just to make sure that, you know, everything will be okay with me, right? But campaign, no complain, no. Throw that out the window. Throw it out the window, okay? Just like how you should be throwing out any other. You know what? That's litter. I don't think I should actually encourage people to throw things out on the highways or on the roads, right? I shouldn't do that, right? Okay, we're gonna be good guys. Okay, all right. But campaign, no complain, no more. Honestly. But look, I'll say this though: the weather's. I don't know. It's starting to feel like the desert. If you've been in the desert anywhere in Arizona, I have some friends I know who've experienced that and told me about it. It's very cold in the desert in the morning, and then during the day, temperatures rise, and then it gets freezing cold at night again. And that's how it feels, honestly, in Toronto. It's cold in the morning time. I'm looking at my car. I'm walking to my car in the morning, and I could see, you know, the frost on the windows still, and it's like, wow. Okay, if you leave a bottle of water in your car overnight, in the morning time, it's cold enough to drink, right? So it's very cold. And then by the time it reaches about 1 p.m., you're outside in a sweater for what? So campaign, no complain. No. Complain if you want. Go ahead. Complain if you want, all right? Complain. The weather needs to decide whether it's going to be cold or warm. It can't be both. It can't be both. It's either going to be cold or warm. It needs to decide. I'm tired of it. Look, we got a bunch of things I want to talk about today. Like I said, super plant-based super plant-based meat, super plant-based diets. Oh my goodness. Plant-based meats, no thanks. Okay. We're gonna get into a whole bunch of different things, but before we get into that, let me take a quick break. We're gonna come right back and talk about what Tim Hortons is doing. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't even try this burger yet, and I have such a strong opinion on it, okay? So you guys are going to want to hear what I have to say. We're going to be right back with that.
LGC 2019. You are cordially invited by Leadership and Governance Canada, Inc., in collaboration with the Nigeria High Commission, Ottawa, to the first annual Canada-Nigeria Business and Investment Summit. Join other business leaders, entrepreneurs, and investors in the discussion.
Yes, welcome back. You are tuned in. You are listening to, you are watching Everything Relevant, Anything Random. With your host, Sir Worthy. He is I am him. How's everybody doing? Okay, look, let's get into this. All right. So I want to talk to you guys about this super plant-based stuff, this meat, this whatever you guys want to title it, Beyond Meat. I guess that's what it's really called, Beyond Meat. I'll be honest, it's beyond me, to be real with you guys. I haven't even tried this meat, and I have such a strong opinion on it. So check this out. This is what I'm doing here. Timmy's. Have you tried a plant-based burger from Tim Hortons? And if you haven't yet, you want to hurry up and do so because, well, if you don't live in Ontario or BC, you want to hurry up and do so because Tim Hortons is dropping the Beyond Meat products from their menus except for those two locations. Those two areas. Apparently, Beyond Meat burgers don't go that well with with Tim Hortons coffee. I could have told you guys that. I could have told you guys that a coffee shop should not sell burger meat. I could have told you that. The same way I believe Dairy Queen should not sell fries and burgers and hot dogs as well. Maybe hot dogs, maybe, but I mean, you go to Dairy Queen for dairy, not for, protein meat. So it's like, what are you guys really doing? You know, I don't go to a pizza store and really want to get, pasta. I understand that Pizza Hut and all these other places, they sell like salads and they sell wings and they sell all these other different things. So I understand that, but it's the idea that, okay, I'm going to this place for this type of food. I shouldn't be getting this type of food. A lot of stores, a lot of companies are doing this. Like Walmart is a one-stop shop. Walmarts in the States there's some Walmarts in the States where you can buy guns, groceries, and get your car your car's oil changed, all in the same stop. So I understand that, for a market standpoint, you wanna have a hold on it and you want to be able to sell everything, right? But if you're not the guy for it, if you're not known for it, then why indulge? You might just mess a good thing you already got going. I'm just saying. Now, let's continue. So the Tim Hortons decision apparently was made based on sales. I'm gonna repeat that. So the Tim Hortons decision to get rid of the meat or to stop selling the Beyond Meat burgers was apparently made based on sales volumes. Might indicate that the Beyond Meat is reaching a saturation level in Canada after being embraced by A&W restaurants and widely offered in retail grocery stores. Look, I didn't even know. I seen a billboard just last week where they were advertising plant-based burgers in the grocery stores. I was like, oh, I thought it was only A&W that had it at the time, right? But they're in the grocery stores as well. And it got me thinking, like, if I was going to try this burger for the first time, where would I actually go? Would I go to a coffee store that's known for selling donuts and pastries? should I go there and get my meat, my burger, my plant-based burger, or should I go to a grocery store where I usually do buy meat, where I usually do buy hamburger meat, chicken meat, whatever it is, and purchase it there and bring it home and cook it myself? Or the third option, should I just go to an actual fast food restaurant and then order the meat there, right? It's like, which one of those makes the most sense? Since I didn't try the burger, I can't honestly tell you guys, but I can say this though. Tim Hortons selling it doesn't make any sense at all, all right? I go to Tim Hortons for my coffee. First of all, okay, you know what? Tim Hortons doesn't even serve food for people to really eat, okay? It's not, you can't go there and get a meal. I often say this all the time, okay? Tim Hortons is not a place to get a meal from, all right? A soup, listen, soups are great. They're not meals because they come on the side of a meal, all right? That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. But I'm not going to Tim Hortons, a bagel place, a coffee place, a pastry place for a burger. It just doesn't even make any sense, okay? So I could have told you guys that, hey, you might want, the sales may not show that they're doing so well. Now, I'm going to read a quote here. We are always listening to our guests and testing a wide variety of products across the country, said Jane Almaday, a spokeswoman for the Tim's parent restaurant brands, International Inc. Okay. Like any limited time offer, we may explore offering the product again in other provinces at a future date based on ongoing guest feedback. Well, you're getting Sir Worthy from GBKM FM's feedback, and I'm telling you guys right now, don't bring it back. I didn't try it. Once again, I want to reiterate that. I want to continue to state that. I did not try the burger, and I'm still not for it, okay? Strong, opinionate, I know. I didn't try it, still not for it. And I'm only talking about the one at Tim Hortons. So everybody calm down. I'm only talking about the one at Tim Hortons. We're not discussing A&W yet. That can be another show, or that can be even later on in the show. But we're not discussing A&W yet, okay? All right, so let's settle down. But I'll read that quote again, or at least the beginning. She said, like any limited time offer. Okay, here's the funny part. The company announced it in May it would test its 3 Beyond Meat breakfast sandwiches at some stores, Tim Hortons said, right? And then in June, it said those products would be rolled out in almost 4,000 Tim Hortons restaurants nationwide. And then in July, it announced it would offer Beyond Burgers as well. The company made no mention of limited availability at the time. So where is this limited time offer come from? You know, like when you say something to somebody and then you want to take it back right away because you kind of you notice as you're talking, as it's coming out your mouth, it's a little bit foolish. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, look, I have a family member who I don't want to out him like that. Okay, so I know somebody who they have a child, and they told the child, hey, I'm gonna buy you a pair of some Jordans next time I see you, right? So the child said, oh, thank you, that'll be really great, I love Jordans. So then the parent asked, do you have a pair already? And then the child responded and said, yes, I do. And then the parent said, okay, well then, you know what, I don't need to buy you anymore. That was just a way to like backtrack and walk out of it, right? And that's what I'm saying what Tim Hortons is doing here. They came out and said in June, it came out in May, June, and July, telling us that, hey, we're going to be offering this Beyond Meat sandwich. Hey, we're going to be offering three breakfast sandwiches we're going to be offering. Then, once the sandwiches didn't start doing so well, that's when they said, hey, it was just a limited time offer only, okay? We're taking it off the table. It's just a limited time offer. I look at that as the same way, okay? What are we to believe, though? Honestly, I'm asking that question. What are we to believe? Did Tim Hortons really bite off more than they can chew? Literally? Double entendre, don't even ask me how. Did they bite off more than they can chew, with this Beyond Meat product? they so-called tested it out and it didn't get a good response. Do you think this will hurt Beyond Meat products and other plant-based meat products in Canada? You got to think about that. If Tim Hortons cannot sell this burger successfully, does that put a stench? Does that put a sting, or whatever word you want to come up with? Does that put a stench on the Beyond Meat products in Canada? Because Tim Hortons has a huge market in Canada. They're a huge player. Okay, so if Tim Hortons is saying we're not good enough to sell this product, then tell me who is? Honestly, if Tim Hortons can't move this burger nationwide, then who can? And like I said, they were removing it from everywhere except for just 2 locations. That's BC and Ontario. So that lets me know about 2 things about BC and Ontario, or not 2 things, but it lets me know something about BC and Ontario. I guess we either have the dumbest, the smartest, the hungriest, the nasty. I don't know what. We either have one of these adjectives in our cities that that we can compare. That we cannot compare to any other cities. There has to be something. What is it about people in Toronto or people in Ontario? What is it about us that we want this super plant-based burger, Beyond Meat product in our coffees, in our coffee stores, in our coffee shops? I don't even like waiting in line in a drive-thru, and Tim Hortons always has a line. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. But you know, what am I supposed to do, right? Besides just wait. And the idea that people could be getting their burgers from the same place where I'm going to order my coffee is just, to me, it upsets my stomach. I don't understand it. It's just, ugh. Yeah, Tim Hortons. Listen, I'm live on Instagram for everybody who's listening. Okay, you can follow me at Sirworthy ILC. Sirworthy ILC. Join the chat. Okay, we have a couple of people hitting me up. Vegan oxtail. Oh, geez, vegan oxtail. That I don't even know what to say about that. We'll read some comments here. Timmy's need to just stick to coffee and donuts for real. Yeah, they do. They really do. They really do. I want to quote a famous line from Jay-Z. However, if you're not a real fan of hip hop, or you're not a real fan of Jay-Z, I should say, this line wouldn't even make sense to you. But it's going to sound stupid. I'm just going to say it regardless. But Jay-Z said in the downfall of Rockefeller, he said that they were doing too much and they should have stick to food and beverage. Too much Sam Rothstein. They should have stick to food and beverage. Now, I can say the same with Tim Hortons. Don't go chasing things that you're not used to, you know? Don't go chasing the burger meats that you're not used to. Stick to the coffees and those regular waterfalls. I messed it up. I didn't even do that one justice. I didn't even do that justice. I butchered that. Oh well. But I have to ask that one. I have to get back to that one question though. What are we to believe? What are we really to believe when it comes to this Beyond Meat? Because it's really beyond me. They're trying to sell us something that's not what it actually is. It's like a trick. It's like a placebo pill almost. Like, we're so humans. We want to eat meat so much that we're willing to eat something that looks like it's meat, provided by people who make coffee. I'm just saying, that sounds ridiculous. You know what that sounds like? To put it in different terms, that sounds like if you're a lion, someone's going to feed you a zebra, right? But it's not a real zebra. It's not a real zebra. It's actually vegetables made up to look like a zebra. Why would a lion want to do that when he could just go and get a zebra? Okay? And by the way, you guys don't even want to know what I think about actual real zebras. I don't even think they actually really existed. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Now, like I said, if Tim Hortons cannot sell this Beyond Meat product, does that give Beyond Meat a bad rep in Canada? You know? Like I said, Tim Hortons is a huge player in the game, and if they can't sell it, it may leave a sour taste in people's mouth about plant-based meat, or hinder future business and products and sales. Or is it mainly just a coffee store selling burgers, and that's just the real problem, and we don't have to worry about Beyond Meat products in the future, right? What do you believe? What do you believe? Now look, I'm going to remind people we're live on Facebook, GBKM We're live on YouTube, we're live on YouTube, GBKM. We're live on our app. Make sure you go and download the app, gbkm.fm. Go and download the app. Take us with you on the go. We're live on the TuneIn app as well. You can always get that app, but make sure you get our app. Actually, it's a whole lot better. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back, but look, when we come back, we're gonna be talking about. We're not off of this meat. We're not done talking about meat yet. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about Chick-fil-A. We're gonna talk about a place that I actually like. We're gonna talk about Chick-fil-A. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Looking for a delicious meal in a relaxed environment? Well, look.
Hi, I'm Paris Black, coming to you from GBKM FM. Had a great experience being interviewed by Darlita Boss on the Real Life Matters show. These people...
Immigration Canada. AOF Immigration Canada is an immigration consulting office. We are located in Mississauga, and we are specialized in all types of immigration matters. So, if you are a student, worker, refugee, or if you desire to sponsor your spouse, please contact us. We will be able to help you. See you soon, and thank you. My name is Nadej Wedrago Alonso. I'm the founder of AOF Immigration Canada. AOF Immigration Canada is an immigration consulting office. We are located in Mississauga, and we are specialized in all types of immigration matters. So, if you are a student, worker, refugee, or if you desire to sponsor your spouse, please contact us. We will be able to help you. See you soon, and thank you. My name is Nadia.
GBKM and broadcasting to the wall from Canada.
Welcome back. You are tuned in. You are listening to, you are watching Everything Relevant, Anything Random live on GBKM FM, the mouthpiece with your host, Sir Worthy. He is I am him. Listen. We were talking about this super plant-based diet that people have where they're eating this Beyond Meat, this Beyond Meat products, okay, from Tim Hortons. A&W is also selling it. The grocery stores are selling it, okay? This Beyond Meat is Beyond Meat. I'm not sure what's even beyond the meat, okay? It could be vegetables. It could be, I don't know what it is. How do I not know it? There's not more sugar in it. I didn't do my research exactly, but we all know sometimes that they use these big fancy words and names and stuff like that to hide the real BS and nonsense that's hidden in the contents of the stuff that we're actually digesting. So you can do your research, but if you're not researching the right thing, then are you really doing research? Well, look, I don't want to down you guys, okay? So let's talk about something that I actually enjoy or something I actually like. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. America's third largest food chain. Yes, Chick-fil-A is America's third largest food chain, and it opened in Toronto September 6, 2019 at the on Yonge Street, just south of Bloor. I'll be honest right off top. I gotta let you guys know, I'll be honest. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this grand opening, okay? I've heard great things about this fast food chain, and I always wanted to indulge in some chicken from this place. I just heard great things about it, so I've always wanted to try it. Yes, I was aware of the LGBTQ community and their ongoing feud with the fast food establishment, and still, that wasn't going to stop me. We can talk about it, okay? We can talk about it. That wasn't going to stop me. And the reason why is, you know what? I'm going to save that. I'll save the reason why it wasn't going to stop me. I'll just let you guys know it wasn't going to. Now, but once the store did open, I can tell you guys this, my mind did change a little bit. Yeah, it changed a little bit. The fast food restaurant has faced heavy criticism due to the anti-LGBTQ stances taken by the company's CEO, Dan Cathy. People lined up outside the doors of the restaurant early Friday morning to be the first to get a taste of the chicken chain's menu. I wasn't one of those people, but the lines were ridiculous, okay? I know a young lady who works in there, and she was telling me that, the lines are just, outrageous. So it was a little bit discouraging to even want to go there when you see that. How often do you really want to wait in line? The last time I waited in line was for Dave Chappelle. I'm not going to wait in line, so often. For chicken, listen, I know I'm black and everything, but come on, I'm not waiting in line like that. Nah, I ain't doing that. But same time, people were lined up all around the block, all on Yonge Street, waiting for this chicken. The same time, dozens of protesters flocked the area to express anger over this Chick-fil-A's expansion. They held signs that read "Cluck off," clever, and "Not in our city," and protesters repeatedly shouted the word "shame." Shame. You never got a good shame before you ever did something and people just want to shame you? Shame. Yep, that's what they were doing, protesting. Can't blame them. The company's CEO has donated millions to charities with a history of discrimination against members of the LGBTQ community. So you understand, you have an idea now as to why, they're being protested against. Now, sorry, let me take one quick drink. Listen, I told you guys I wasn't feeling the best, okay? All right? And in order to get over this cold, you have to stay hydrated, okay? So that was me just hydrating myself. Now, anyways, I have to ask the question. This is almost a callback to months ago on this show when I asked if you could separate the art from the artist. And the very popular word was, ready? Here we go. Compartmentalize. See, I'm getting good. I'm really getting good. Now, compartmentalize. So I asked if you could separate the art from the artist and compartmentalize, right? Compartmentalize. Yes. In this case, can the CEO, Dan Cathy, be separated from the fast food that is Chick-fil-A? Can he? Can he? It's a question. Can he? All right. I only ask this because we only separate art from the artist when the art is that great. When the art is that great, that's when the question can be posed. Only two reasons. When the art is that great and or we really just love that artist. I said this plenty of times here. We make excuses for what we want and what we love. Okay? That's why people make excuses for R. Kelly. That's why people make excuses for Michael Jackson. That's why people make excuses for their boyfriend or husband or girlfriend or wife that's putting them through emotional distress, physical distress. Like, you make excuses for what you want and what you love. Okay? So, can we compartmentalize and separate this CEO, Dan Cathy, from the actual fast food chain. People really love this fast food place because if not, then it would not be the third largest in the country. So let's take that into a consideration, okay? I'm gonna repeat that. Third largest in the country, okay? All right then. Now, the reason for the pushback is many. There's lots of reasons for the pushback, but reason for the pushback is many of the company's values are influenced by the religious beliefs of the late founder S. Truett Cathy, a devout Southern Baptist. All Chick-fil-A restaurants are closed for business on Sundays, as well as on Thanksgiving and Christmas. The company's stance in opposition to the same-sex marriage is the subject of public controversy. So, exactly, they take a stance against same-sex marriage. So, of course, that's what the reasoning behind LGBTQ protesting. Now, I have to ask, how do you feel about Chick-fil-A now? Are you still going? I'm asking everybody out here. Are you still going? Does dining mean you're in support of anti-LGBTQ communities? Does dining in mean you're dining in and dining out, skip the dishes, whatever it is, however you're getting the food, if you're eating it? Does that mean you're religious and you just comply with fate and a nice meal? What does this mean for someone who is part of the LGBTQ community who dines in a Chick-fil-A? These are all questions I'd love to have answered. While we wait for those answers, health inspectors visited Bloor Street Chick-fil-A after video surfaces showing a mouse on the premises. Dun dun dun. Yeah, before the store even opened up, I seen it. There was a video was recorded at around 12:30 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and it was uploaded to Instagram that day. The video taken from outside shows what appears to be a mouse running along the floor of the establishment near the plate glass windows that look out onto the street. So basically, if you're walking right by the store, because it's all glass, fast food places usually have big windows, big see-through windows, so you can see who's dining in there. So you can also see the menu from outside. That's really what it is for. It's not for the people inside. It's so you can see the food that they're eating and say, you know what, I want to try that. Or you can also see the menu a little bit, and maybe not the price so much, but they blow up the meals, they blow up the sandwich on the menu so you can see it from outside, right? So if you're walking by on that Wednesday at 12:30 a.m., you would have been able to see that mouse. Now, I have to ask, who's still eating Chick-fil-A now? Once again, that was the Wednesday. The store had opened that Friday. So that was before the store even opened up. I seen it. And I'll be real with you guys. I'll be honest. Sir Worthy has to be honest. It didn't change my mind. I'm going to say it again. It didn't change my mind. I seen the mouse and I said, what's Stuart Little doing? What's Stuart Little doing in Chick-fil-A? Stuart Little ain't got no money. He didn't have a movie in how many years? He ain't got no money. What is he doing in Chick-fil-A? Boy, get up out of there. Get up out of there, Stuart Little. That's what I was saying. I couldn't give a damn. I didn't care. I don't care. I don't care. I was still going. Okay. Now, whoever is listening, whoever's watching, whoever feels the way, whoever's whoever's in a bunch right now, whoever's tight, listen, we can have a sit down, a one-on-one. Sir Worthy ILC, okay? Make sure that you guys follow me if you want to go back and forth in my DMs, because I'm not going to go back and forth with someone who doesn't follow me. Follow me, Sir Worthy ILC. Shoot me a text, or it's not a text. Shoot me an email at eve@gbkm.fm. Please, let's go back and forth. I'll invite you on the show, and we can talk about why I still wanted to go back to Chick-fil-A, why I'm still interested in dining in this restaurant when I know that they're anti-LGBTQ. Why? That's a question you probably really want to know the answer to. I'm not going to give that answer on today's show. I'm just going to tell you guys that I plan to go to this store or this restaurant. Sorry? When? That is a good question. I do not know when. But you know what? They're closed on Sundays, so I'd probably like to go on a Saturday. But I'm still dining in. That mouse is not stopping me. Okay, Stuart Little's not stopping me. All right. Okay. I want to remind everybody, please. YouTube, GBKM TV, Facebook, GBKM TV. Log on to the website, www.gbkm.fm. All right, download the app. Okay, make sure that you're tuned in. Make sure that you're watching. Make sure that you're Make sure that you're sharing. Make sure that you're liking, posting comments. Make sure that you're telling a friend to tell a friend. We have other programs. You don't only have to watch Everything Relevant, Anything Random. You don't only have to pay attention to Sir Worthy. I know. I understand. I have a great show. I understand. But we have other programs here, all right? We have other radio hosts. We have other guests on other shows that are doing great things, okay? So make sure that you tune into all programs, all right? And one thing you can also do is request for some of us to be on other shows. That's always like I said in the beginning of the show, when I see that other people are engaged or other people are interacting with me and promoting my show, whether it be posting, reposting, just reaching out to me, thanking me about what I did or hailing me up, just anything like that. One, it makes me feel great. It warms my heart. Two, it also makes me want to go harder and push for more. And then three, it makes you feel great because then now when you see that I feel great from what you did, you could only feel great. You only could feel great when someone feels great from what you did, right? So you're going to feel good regardless. So there's three reasons right there why you should always tune in and why you should always show support. Like show support. Show support. You see somebody doing something, you know somebody who's trying to achieve something, somebody who's whatever it is, show support. Send them a text, send them an email, send them posts on their page, whatever it is, and just say, hey, I see what you're doing, I like what you're doing, keep going. Simple as that. And that person will, trust me, will remember it. Because I pretty much remember everybody who reminds me on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly of what I'm doing and the goals that I've reached and things like that. So please continue to do that for someone else as well. I want to take a quick break and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about a few different things like vaping being a real problem. And trust me, it really is. We'll be right back.
Ouedraogo Alonso. I'm the founder of AOF Immigration Canada. AOF Immigration Canada is an immigration consulting office. We are located in Mississauga and we are specialized in all types of immigration matters. So if you are a student, worker, refugee, or if you desire to sponsor your spouse, please contact us. We will be able to help you. See you soon and thank you.
And Darlita doing the questions and Kenny doing pretty much everything else in the studio. It's really quite amazing seeing the quality that's coming out of the show because these people are dedicated to doing quality television, quality content. And I implore you to support them because we need more of this community-based quality content where they're really asking the questions that matter for real life matters. Paris Black for GBKM FM.
My name is Nadej Wedrago Alonso. I'm the founder of AOF Immigration Canada. AOF Immigration Canada is an immigration consulting office. We are located in Mississauga, and we are specialized in all types of immigration matters.
From Canada.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You are tuned in, you are listening to, you are watching Everything Relevant, Anything Random, live on GBKM FM, the mouthpiece with your host, Sir Worthy. He is I am him. I apologize once again. Listen, I am sick, feeling a little bit under the weather, so I may be coughing, I may be sneezing or something like that. I may need to hydrate myself, just like I am right now. But you guys understand. You guys understand. You know how it goes when the weather's a little bit warm and then it dips down and stays cold for a little bit, then comes right back up to being warm, plays with your body temperature, and then next thing you know, you're lying down with a rag over your face, complaining, looking over at your girlfriend or your wife saying, "Could you pat my back? Could you rub some Vicks on me? I don't feel good. Could you burp me, put me in my onesie, put me to sleep?" Yeah, that's how us men usually feel. I'm right now speaking for all men. That's how us men usually feel. We just want to be taken care of. That's all. I just want to be held, soft. All right, listen. Super plant-based diets. Jeez, super plant-based diet. Like that doesn't even sound. I'm gonna calm down. You guys know I'm way too passionate to pass things up or to let it go. But plant-based, Beyond Meat, these titles, they just don't even sound appealing to me. There's something about it. No thanks. Not for me. But look, putting the meat and this plant-based stuff to the side, let's talk about vaping. Because it's becoming a real problem. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people not recognizing that this is actually like a bigger problem than what we think it is. No, it really is. It really is, because smoking is a huge problem. Just think of this. Just think of this idea. If we eliminated smoking. Just think of that. What if we eliminated smoking? Imagine a world where there was no cigarettes, no marijuana, cannabis, there'd still be hardcore drugs, but nothing that you would actually smoke. Can't do it, right? You can't do it. So that's why vaping is a huge problem, and we have to really recognize that. So listen here. A teen from London, Ontario, who was using e-cigarettes daily, using these e-cigarettes daily, suffered a severe case of pulmonary illness. A local health officials announced Wednesday, saying they believe it is the first confirmed case of vaping-related lung disease in Canada. The first confirmed case of vaping-related lung disease. That is heavy. The Middlesex London Health Unit said the youth was initially on life support, but is now recovering at home after being treated in an intensive care unit. Teenager, they said, right? Okay. I don't know the laws in the UK or in London, but in Canada here, in Ontario here, to smoke you have to be 19. So it's hard to even refer to teens as smoking, like legal teens that smoke, because when you're 19, as much as you're a teenager, you're not necessarily a teenager because it's the last year, right? So someone who's 49 can always say, yeah, I'm 50. Someone who's 39 can say they're 40. Someone who's 29 can say they're 30, right? But so 19, you're pretty much 20. You're pretty much, right? But this teen here, I would like to know how old this teen actually was. And in my mind, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure this teen was smoking for at least more than a year. Without knowing any information, I'm willing to go off on a limb here and just assume that this teen was smoking for more than a year with this vape. Now, I don't vape. I don't vape. Not nicotine, at least. So I wanted to pay attention to this story. Health Canada has been urging people who vape to watch for symptoms such as a cough, shortness of breath. Wait, hold on, excuse me. Health Canada wants us to watch out for symptoms when vaping, such as a cough. I'm sorry, do people not cough when they smoke? That's very vague. So Health Canada has been urging people who vape to watch for symptoms such as a cough, shortness of breath, fatigue. That sounds like all of the side effects of smoking. Regardless if you're vaping or not. Very helpful. They go on to say diarrhea, vomiting, and chest pain. Okay. It has also said that healthcare professionals should ask patients about their use of e-cigarette products and if they have respiratory symptoms. That all makes sense. If you have respiratory symptoms, I don't even think you should be smoking in the first place, to be honest with you. I honestly don't think you really should. I don't. You know what this is, though? It's just a new version of cigarettes. That's all that this really is. That's all that vaping really is. Cigarettes are old, and we all know that. Sorry about that. Making me cough now, talking about all this coughness and coughing and shortness of breath and all this stuff. No, I didn't vape. I gotta stay hydrated, though. 1 second. Let me stay hydrated, you guys. Okay. Feel a little bit better now. So, like I was saying, this vaping is just a new version of cigarettes. That's all that it really is. It's just making cigarettes cool again. See, back in the days, the cigarettes, yeah, they're old now, but back in its day, cigarettes were the hottest thing smoking. Another double entendre. Don't even ask me how. Boy, I'm nice. But you know what I believe, as a matter of fact, I think that phrase even came from a cigarette. The hottest thing smoking. Cigarettes were hot. They were like pancakes back then, and they were literally the hottest thing smoking, right? Now, I could be wrong, but cigs are always involved in pop culture, so they're always been cool. I remember watching 50s and 60s movies and television shows, and the dudes in it would have the pack of smokes in their arm, and it looked cool. Smoking always looked cool growing up, especially to a kid. I mean, let's be real. To a child, to a kid, everything that adults do is cool. Everything that adults do is cool to a kid because they don't understand the severity. They don't understand the magnitude of what's going on. They don't understand the situation. They can't. They just can't comprehend. So it only looks as cool. It's either it's not cool or it is cool, right? And smoking when you're a kid, it's always cool. Same with drinking. That's why a lot of underage kids want to drink, and then when they get to the age when they can drink, they tend to slow down a little bit. And some of them actually, go take off, but it's cooler when, it's cooler to defy the law, or defy authority, I should say, right? So like I said, I remember watching these 50s and 60s dudes with the pack of smokes in their arm, and they'll let you know they were smokers. Decades pass, and it's no longer the hot thing, the cool thing. So they had to reinvent themselves. And they came back with this vape and got the younger generation believing it's cool again. And now they are addicted to it just like how their grandparents were addicted to cigs. It's that nicotine. It's ridiculous. Now, with that boy that's on life support, the boy who was on life support, to his family, can they sue anybody? Can they blame anybody? It's still sad, and I wish and I hope for a speedy recovery for him, but for him to also learn from this as well. Because look, I've been in these college classes, okay, where these dudes, these young guys, girls as well, but these young kids are vaping in the classroom, blowing smoke at each other, playing games with the smoke. They think it's cool. Me personally, I growing up, I just had realer things to deal with. I always had like, family to look out for, siblings and that nature, and also of course myself. So cool things, I didn't really indulge in cool things that harmed me. I only indulged in cool things as far as like, with friends that would like be like going out to parties or going out to meet women, really and truly to meet women. The coolest thing growing up for me was anything that the women were really doing, if I can be involved in that, right? So when I see that these kids think smoking is cool, it's like vaping. You guys know that this gives you cancer, right? This is not like cannabis where, we have these commercials where they're talking about cannabis can ruin your brain cells. Okay, that's a whole different other subject that we could talk about. But we directly know smoking cigarettes, nicotine is going to make your lungs look black, okay? Why is that cool? How is that cool? Generations have been told this. In Canada, to everybody outside of Canada, what you guys don't know about Canada is our cigarettes are sold with lungs and fetuses and all this nastiness on the box to remind you that you're putting the worst possible substance, the worst possible product inside of your body. We still do it. Or I should say, they still do it. Canadians, they still do it. I don't smoke cigarettes. They still do it. So I guess you can always, you can always say if you knew better, you do better, but that only applies to people who knew better and did better. Not people who know better and can't do better or won't do better, right? So that's really all. And you know what I really want to say, but I don't have no actual evidence or nothing to really like tie it all in, but I just find it funny that, people have been using vapes for a while now, for a few years now, but ever since the cannabis is really taking like a strong pull, a strong lead over these cigarette products, it feels like, they're trying to like, I don't know, it feels like there's something going on here. There has to be something going on here with the cannabis and the vaping, and now vaping is bad for you. Are they trying to get people back on the cancer sticks? Like, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. They say vaping is a side effect? What do you mean? As something. There's something up with this, man. There's something definitely up with this. Don't worry, Sir Worthy's onto it. I'm onto it. I'm gonna find out, and when I find out, I'm gonna bring the knowledge to you guys, and I'm gonna let you guys know. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know. But just to cap things off here, if you haven't tried the plant-based burger from Tim Hortons yet, you're out of luck if you live outside of Ontario or BC, because Tim Hortons is getting rid of it. They're pulling the product off. However, if you're in Ontario, in Toronto especially, where GBKM-FM Studios is located, then you don't have to worry about anything at all right? But if you are the type of person to get a burger from a coffee place, then you probably have a lot of other things you probably need to already worry about. So maybe the burger is the least of your worries. Also, with Chick-fil-A, I hope that they don't, they were saying that they wanted to pick up and leave, and they were going to actually close their location and head back to the States. I hope you guys please don't do that. And if you guys are going to, I need to get that sandwich before you guys do. I just need to try it, okay? That's all. I just want to try it one time. I don't really like the fast food like that. I just wanted to try it. Every time I see the commercial for all of these different fast food establishments that we don't have in Canada, it just makes you want to try it at least once, just to say, hey, that'll be cool. We don't have IHOP, okay? I would love to have an IHOP. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna go there all the time. It doesn't even mean I like it. I just want to try it, okay? Sometimes you just want to have your options, right? You just want to have your options. That's all that it is, okay? So don't shame me. Don't shame me, all right? And yeah, and once again, if you are part of the LGBTQ community and you feel strongly as to why Sir Worthy still wants to have a sandwich at this place, knowing that the owners and the CEO pledge and give money to charities that are that take a stance against those communities, please send me an email at eve. Please, like I said, yes, send me an email at eve@gbkm.fm or a DM. Mention me, Sir Worthy ILC. Let's connect. Let's go back and forth. I don't run from anything. I'll bring you onto the show and we can discuss. Simple as that. Simple as that. Now, it's that time of the show where I leave you with something random but always relevant. You guys know I'm a fan. I'm in radio, so I'm a fan of people who are in radio. And one of my I wouldn't say a mentor, but one person that I do look up to and just admire is Charlemagne the God. I actually was just recently, just yesterday actually, I was in the York Woods Library and checked out one of his books. So I'm always looking for new words from him and new inspiration from him. And this is one thing he said that I just wanted to leave you guys with. Don't forget you're human. It's okay to have a meltdown. Just don't unpack and live there. Cry it out, then refocus on where you're headed. And that I take that I take that information and I try to apply that so hard, because I often have moments where, sometimes I feel like I'm not sure what's happening right now or what I'm trying to do. And, you may need to cry it out. You may need to look yourself in the mirror, slap yourself a few times in the cheeks, just to get yourself right, readjust, refocus, and go on your mission. So I just want to leave you guys with that. Remember to watch Everything Relevant, Anything Random live on GBKM FM, the mouthpiece, with your host, Sir Worthy. He is I am him. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. To all my viewers, one thing for sure, two things for certain. At the end of every show, if you are not entertained or empowered, you will be informed. If you are not informed or entertained, you will be empowered. And if you are not empowered or informed, you will be entertained. Okay? I'll see you guys next week.
Hi, I'm Paris Black, coming to you from GBKM FM. I've had a great experience being interviewed by Darlita Boss on the Real Life Matters show. These people, and Darlita doing the questions and Kenny doing pretty much everything else in the studio. It's really quite amazing seeing the quality that's coming out of this show, because these people are dedicated to doing quality television.